Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Danuta, and before I start my presentation, I'd like to ask you guys something. Do any of you recognize the university shown on the screen? If you do, please raise your hand. Great. Now, as some of you may know, these are few of the top universities in the United States. But did you know that there's something else these universities are hiding from you? And that is that they've all at least once been involved in a college admission scandal. Thus, for today, I'll be sharing with you about a college admission scandal called Operation Varsity Blues. Operation Varsity Blues highlights the exploitative nature of wealthy individuals trying to cheat their way into top universities. It occurred from 2011 all the way to 2019, involving 50 individuals and a sum of $25 million. Prestigious universities such as Yale, Stanford, and UCLA were all caught up in this scandal. And perhaps some of you know the show Full House, or even Desperate Housewives, whose cast Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman were also involved in this scheme. At this point, some of you may be wondering, who in their right mind would pull off such a scheme? Well, Operation Varsity Blues was the brainchild of one man named Mr. William Rick Singer. And just to give you guys a bit of a background of who Mr. Singer is, he had been in the business of getting high school students into top universities well before the scandal. Mr. Singer founded two corporations, the first being the Edge College and Career Network, also known as the KEY, and the second being the KEY Worldwide Foundation, a fake non-profit organization used to siphon funds to and from corrupt individuals in the scheme. Using the KEY, Mr. Singer used the false pretense of giving college counseling to the underprivileged and disadvantaged students to help them get into the top universities in America, which we later see was completely false. Singer offered parents a 100% guarantee into the top universities through what he calls was his side door, not a front door, where students get into universities through their own merits and hard work, not a back door, where parents pay large sums of donations to secure a spot for their child. Singer used his surefire side door, which involved cheating on standardized tests and falsifying applications. Now, how did he do all this? Well, Singer used two methods, the first being cheating on standardized tests. As many of you may know, to enter college, you need to take the college entrance exams, such as the Scholastic Assessment Test, the SAT, or the American College Testing, the ACT. Now, what Singer did was he would bribe psychologists about $4,000 to $5,000 to fake learning disabilities in the children of his clients. What this got them was extra time to do the SATs or the ACTs. Other than that, Singer would try to change the test locations to a test location that was under his control. From then on, Singer would pay test administrators about $10,000 per student to allow third-party individuals to take the test on behalf of the children, and sometimes even submit revised versions of their answers. This was what actress Felicity Huffman opted for when she tried to get her daughter, Sophia Macy, into university. Felicity Huffman paid Singer about $15,000 to change the answers of her daughter's SAT. This happened without the daughter's knowledge and deeply hurted her daughter, Sophia Macy, who claimed that she did not know who her mom was anymore. And I quote, "Why didn't you believe in me?" Because of this, one of Sophia's offers from an institution was withdrawn. And the sad part is that this institution did not even require her to take the SAT. Luckily for Sophia, she later retook the SATs and got into one of the top universities in the United States, which is the Carnegie Mellon University. Next, look at the second method, which was faking athletic applications. Now, I'm sure some of you are thinking about applying to university right now, or perhaps you are currently applying. And you may have realized that getting good grades alone will not get you into the top universities. Most universities require us to have good extracurriculars and even leadership skills. Now, Singer used this to his advantage. So Singer worked with college officials, mainly college coaches, to fake recruitment and give fake recommendation letters, claiming that these students were part of their team, even though they had never actually played the sport. This was what actress Lori Loughlin did when she paid Singer a sum of $50,000, as well as bribed other USC officials to get her daughters Olivia Jade and Isabella Rose into the University of Southern California. How the scandal worked was that after being admitted, the students would take walk-on roles, meaning they wouldn't actually play the sport. However, they would just be background characters in the team, before later on quitting because of too much schoolwork or feeling pressured by school. Olivia Jade and Isabella Rose both faked being on the rowing team. Although initially denying the allegations, they could no longer hide when the Department of Justice released photo evidence of the false application. On your left, you see Olivia Jade posing as if she was part of the rowing team. And on your right, you see an email exchange between Singer and Olivia Jade's father regarding the false applications. It was particularly damaging for young social media star Olivia Jade, whose millions of fans had to see her fake facade crumble in front of their eyes. Now, knowing all this, I'm sure you guys are curious what kind of charges these parents had to face. We first have actress Lori Loughlin, who pleaded guilty to mail and wire fraud. She was given 2 months to serve in prison, which she served last year in September. And she was also given a fine of $150,000. Next, actress Felicity Huffman also committed to mail fraud. She only served 14 days in prison and was given a fine of $30,000. Now, the star of the show, Mr. Rick Singer. He pleaded guilty to multiple offenses of racketeering, conspiracy, money laundering, and as well as obstruction of justice. However, till this day, Mr. Singer has yet to receive his sentence. He does, however, face up to 65 years in prison and a fine of $1.25 million. In conclusion, the college admissions scandal involved over 50 different individuals from wealthy backgrounds such as CEOs, business leaders, as well as Hollywood actresses. It showcases how the wealthy will use their power to cheat their way in the college application process. And as US Attorney Andrew Lelling said, for every student admitted through fraud, an honest, genuinely talented student was rejected. Many of you are still interested in the college admission scandal, you can look forward to the new Netflix documentary coming up this Wednesday. Apart from that, that is all the time we have left for today. Thank you for listening.